Now here's the part of the show we simply call In Case You Miss It. It's a chance for you to look back at the magic and the mystery of horse racing here in British Columbia from the Sport of Kings perspective, in case you missed it. This Tuesday, the CTHS, the BC Division, presents their annual year-end sale to be held at Thunderbird Equestrian Center at noon. A few years back, and this is part of our In Case You Missed It, a few years back, we sent out our Carmen Thomas to learn somewhat what she could do at a horse sale. She hooked up with trainer Jerome Partington, and in case you missed it, you may learn something through Carmen and Jerome.
Well, first of all, you have to work within a budget. You have to know what your means are before you come out and basically stick with them. You have to go along with a knowledgeable trainer and stick with his wishes basically when you go to look for the horse. And when you find one you like and see, it could be a few that you may like and see, then it'll be time to go over to the auction ring and maybe place a bid.
Okay, well, you're going to be my knowledgeable trainer.
Okay. You just take some.
So, Jerome, what would we be looking at here?
When you're looking through the catalog, of course, the more black type, the better. For instance, as you see black type on this type of mare here, means that they have been a stakes winner in their career. And that's basically it. But like I say, once again, you might have to bring a little more money if you want to go for those type of horses. We've chosen this horse because his dam, meaning his mother, is unproven right now as a producer, yet the pedigree shows a lot of promise. You know, you look at this horse, he has a very nice neck, he's manageable to handle, he has a nice back end, meaning his engine back there, the rear end, that's where a horse gets all their drive from and their power from, is off their hind end. And, you know, but he's a baby, and he still looks like a baby. But when you try to buy a horse at this age, you're trying to take an imaginary picture of what he'll look like a year from now.
Right.
And that's what you're trying to do. You're taking an imaginary photo in your mind and saying, boy, when that front end catches up to that back end on the horse, this might be a pretty good looking dude. And it might fall into the price range that we're looking to buy at. And this would be a prime example of a horse that we're going to probably take a bid on. Let's take a look at hip number 80, Carmen. And here we see by Southern Halo, a son of Halo, some very prominent breeding from the United States. Out of a Stormbird mare, rarely seen around these parts. Very rarely seen, a Stormbird mare. Stormbird, one of the great champions from the 1980s. She's Breeders' Cup nominated off of her pedigree, and it's a very interesting horse because it's something that we don't see a lot of here, this type of breeding. With pedigree like this filly will be a welcome addition at some point, hopefully, to the broodmare band here in British Columbia, which will further the breeding here in our province. Now, what price range this horse may fall into, that'll be in the hands of the bidders, basically, but based on its breeding, it'll probably go for a pretty fair dollar. Well, let's take a look at this one. This is hip number 52, and he's a dark bay or brown colt who happens to be a half-brother to one of the real stars of racing a few years ago here at Hastings, Queen of My Knights. She was what we're all looking for here, which is she was a Sadie Diamond Futurity winner and was a champion in her division that year. But this horse, Carmen, I'm afraid is a little bit above our means. Yeah. But boy, it sure is nice to dream that maybe if we did good someday, we might be able to come and bid on a horse like this one.
With all of the action taking place at the sale, it even got me to wondering, I wonder what it would be like to own my own racehorse.
Just don't raise your arm. Let me do that. Yeah. Yeah, okay. There goes the hammer. It's our horse. That's great.
We bought
All right, right on. Yes.